time. But I would love to just hear, I guess, in your own words first, like what are some highlights or benefits that you've experienced from being in the intensive?
Hey, um, first of all, I think one of the big pain points that I was experiencing like early on when I was like, okay, I want to do voiceover, starting to do the things was isolation, and feeling quite alone in here. Um, and so the group setting of the office hours and the study group and getting to talk with other people online, like I didn't feel so alone anymore. And I felt like I had access to hear other people's journeys and stories and sort of what they were doing, get to ask questions of people. Yeah, so I love that aspect of the group portion of it. I also really enjoy the workout groups. When I can, I love going to those, and just sort of the peer quality is very supportive, encouraging, but also receiving notes. Um, and it helps that it's just a dedicated time outside of doing auditioning or anything like that, that we're all practicing together. So I love that. Yes, I love the sometimes the unique offerings, like the workshops, like the one with John McKinney. That was so great because I had no idea about that entire world, and I've gotten to train with him throughout this year, and it helped me to get myself out of a pit and a funk that I was in for some time. So yes, those are the highlights that I can think of so far. And then also getting to encourage other people too. Yeah,
Which you're really good at. Yeah.
thanks. Thank
Cool. So I think you answered this within that, but is there anything else specifically that made you join the membership initially?
It was the group aspect. Because I think I had signed up for the Get Traction course. Um, and I wanted something that was ongoing with people. And so signing up for the Success Intensive, that was like great. So I was like, yay, Get Traction, Success Intensive, the group support, like it was a match made in heaven. Yeah.
So would you say your biggest challenge before joining was just the isolation?
I think the isolation and I think access to hearing other people's stories, because there's so many examples, but it's like it's on a podcast. How do I get to meet that person? Or it's a YouTube video and it's an amazing video, but it's still kind of, you leave the video of like, dang, I wish I could talk to them to hear a little bit more or read more about their story and their pathway. Um, so I think that, and I appreciate that it's various levels and various backgrounds and stories. Um, and so getting to pick people's brain, um, that part I love, because some people have been where I want to go and they're like, oh yeah, here's some ideas, some options, or even if not, people pose really great questions and are curious about what I want to do. So they even bring up good points as well for me to consider. So I think access to other people's journeys and the isolation part solved with the group support.
Is there a specific moment in office hours that stands out to you as something that was kind of an aha or special?
Yeah. Yes. It was earlier this year. It may have been around, gosh, I don't want to cry. It may have been around April or March, in that time frame, but I think I was feeling like depressed. I was trying to make sense of my journey, why I hadn't been booking, like the bumps in things as like a part of like the voiceover journey, or there's like a dry time and what to do. And I think I went into a place where I felt ashamed, like I should be further along, I should be doing this, and getting into like the comparison world. And I remember being on the call, I think I was like, felt even ashamed to the point of like, I don't know if I should go on. But I convinced myself to like just do it and just be honest with where I'm at. And I was so well received being vulnerable. I was so well received with just such support and kindness, um, and encouragement, and just love of we've been there. We know what you've been through. You're gonna make it through this. You know, tell us what you're interested in. You know, how can we support you? What if by the next time you do this thing and we just follow up with you? And I really, really needed that. That was a swing for me to even end up where I'm at now. So yeah, definitely that.
It's awesome. Those are some of my favorite moments too. Um,
Okay.
what specific results have you seen since implementing what you've learned, like either in sessions or with modules or just being, with the community?
So I'll say definitely marketing. Um there was like a few months ago where I was so not I, I didn't know which direction to go. I was like, oh my gosh, do I do the pay to plays? Do I just go into marketing since I already have access to auditions through agents? I was really like, which way do I go? And hearing feedback of like, okay, you could do the pay to plays, you know, you could give it a shot for this amount of time, be clear on like my intentions, go for it. Or it could be a thing of like, jump into marketing while I have access to the auditions with my agents and get into that. And so that actually, I volleyed the ball back and forth of like, oh my gosh, should I do pay to plays or invest in marketing? And that's what led me to the legacy branding course. Um because I was like, I know I need to do it, but I want to be clear on my brand so that I feel confident when I tell people about myself and I tell people about my services and how I can help them. I want to feel more confident. So yes, that specifically. So where I'm at now, I feel so happy to tell people do voiceover. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then specifically as well through like I said, the access to the trainings, getting to do coaching with John. That's been super, super, super helpful. I feel a lot more confident and like I have clues in the booth. Like I, I have more fun when I think about the copywriter. I think before I had my sentiments of like, I don't understand what, but I have more, I have more fun reading the scripts, reading the copy. And then, oh my gosh, I forgot the month coaching that I did with you, the group coaching in that August. I feel like I needed that too to remind myself of like my personality needs to be front and center. So that has helped me to train my ear when I'm reading. I'm like, ooh, sounds a little stiff. Doesn't sound quite like me. I could let more of me in. So yeah, I loved getting to participate in that too. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, last question. What would you tell someone who's considering joining the intensive?
Considering oh, it's so funny because I've told people about this intensive. One, the group support that's not going to go away. It's not like, oh, I take a course and maybe I'll see these people again. It's ongoing wherever you are in your journey. That is one. So you can join right where you're at, be welcomed, um, ask questions. No question is dumb or anything like that. So many people have seen it all, been through it all. And if they haven't, they're willing to ask someone. So that is one, the group support. One, two, the affordability monthly. Um, like in terms of the return on investment, break it down in a year and the kind of results or goals that you desire to achieve. I feel like it's totally worth it. And thirdly, the course content that is always available to you. That is not something either where it's like, I took the course, now I don't have access anymore. It's ongoing no matter what stage you're in. If you pivot, you can access this part of the course. If you go this way, you can access that part. Like, it's always with you. Those are the things.
That's great.
Yeah, those are the things.
Okay, awesome. Yay, thank you. You're always so thoughtful about the way you answer questions too. So it is such a pleasure and an honor having you in the group. So
Oh, that makes my heart happy.
that's totally true. So you're a huge asset to to the group, but also just in the world. I mean, come on.
Thanks, Carrie. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.